What's up, Gearheads? It's me, Gearaholic here. I'm coming at you guys today with a new review. Today's review is actually going to be over a really cool knife that I actually found. What was the name of that? I was at Dick's Sporting Goods and I found a $20 deal on a knife, and I was like, you know, I don't normally, go after really cheap knives, but I was like, hey, whatever, I'm gonna give it a chance. It's pretty much a steal. And today, it's going to be the CRKT Squid. That's the sound a squid would make. This is one of the best EDC knives I've found for $20, like ever. I think that it is a phenomenal $20 EDC knife. So here it is. Here's the Squid, and what a lovely knife it really is. The overall length of this knife is going to be 4.49 inches or 114 millimeters with a blade length of 2.14 or 54.36 millimeters. The blade edge is going to be plain, with the blade steel being 8CR13 MOV. It has a stone wash finish on it, which I really like and I think is a really cool feature here. The blade thickness is going to be 0.11 inches thick or 2.79 millimeters. Obviously the closed length is going to be 2.9 inches or 55.63 millimeters, and the overall weight is going to be 3.4 ounces. And it does come with a very deep carry pocket clip, which unfortunately is non-reversible. It's kind of stuck where it is. So sorry for you left-handers out there. I'm sorry that the world is so hard on you guys. And obviously it is a frame lock. So when you lock it open, it has a frame lock design, which I think is very durable and very strong. So the knife is made by this guy named Lucas Burnley. He's done several other knife designs for CRKT, and they're really kind of cool. Most of them are fixed blade, kind of katana style or Japanese style looking blades. Not really my taste, but I think this is a really good transition into the folder field. What I really like about this knife, as I've been using it, is how small it is and how compact it is. It's a very small knife, but it's very meaty, very robust. It can handle a lot of work. It is a workhorse of a small EDC knife. It has a very nice flow-through design there. I'm sure you guys can see. So no dirt, dust, debris, mud, guts, blood, whatever you want to put in there, and it'll be easy to clean, which I really like. So that means you have to take apart the knife less, which is also very nice. Another thing I really like about this knife is the actual blade steel. 8CR13 MOV is a Chinese steel, but I like it because it's stainless steel and it does take a really razor sharp edge. Yeah, you're gonna have to keep it up. But what can you really argue for a $20 knife? The blade shape is more of a spear point design, which I like, so it makes it easy for kind of general tasks. Another thing I really like about this is just how thin it is in general. So when you actually stick it in your pocket, it has a very thin profile. Alright guys, so for a quick comparison, I'm going to bring in the Kershaw Cryo. Now these two blades are, I would say, very similar in their style, even down to the way they're constructed and the materials that they're made out of. Both are elegant designs. I think they're very basic and functional EDC style blades. They both almost weigh the same. I think they mimic each other quite nicely as well. And I actually, as a matter of fact, when I first saw the Squid in the store for $20, I thought it was a Kershaw blade. Obviously the differences come out in the two knives when you go to open them. One is spring assisted and one is obviously not. And it's unfair to make this comparison, obviously, because the Kershaws obviously have the speed safe design, and I really like that design. I think this is a very functional and great design, but just in comparison, I kind of wish this one also had a flipper, or maybe not a flipper, but at least spring assisted, so that way when you actuate the thumb studs, it flies open. They mimic each other in design, even down to the pocket clips, which I think are almost identical, in shape and design. So another great feature is obviously the deep carry pocket clip, which it comes with, which I really like. I think it's really nice. It leaves just enough protruding that you can kind of grab it, and it slides out of my pocket pretty easy. And it's not tearing up my shorts, there's no rough surfaces or anything underneath the clip that are going to tear up your shorts. All right, so how does it feel really in the hand? Well, that's another great design about this knife that I really like, or that I think was a really smart move, is they actually contoured around the body. It's actually angled, so that way it's nice and flush and clean. So when you actually wrap your fingers or your hand around it, there's no real rough corners or 90-degree angles to rub up on your hand. Actually, if I give it the squeeze test, yeah, and I'm really gripping it, and I'll do it with the other hand too. I actually like it a lot more in the left hand because this isn't biting into my palm. So I kind of really wish they would have worked on being able to switch sides with that. That would have been nice. overall, I mean, the squeeze test isn't bad on us. I like it. Another interesting thing that I'd just like to note here is the jimping on the actual knife itself is, you know, it's all right. It's not really, it really is non-functional. I guess you could use it, but it's so polished because of that stone wash finish that they put on it during the polishing process. It really ate away at the jimping. So it's there, I would say, for more aesthetic purposes than it is actually functional. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the lanyard hole. I think that's a really great accessory. You can actually obviously attach a lanyard to it, which will make it easier to pull out of the pocket. All right, so what we're going to do is a little cutting test real quick. I'm going to first start with some green wood, and then I'll move on to some dry wood. No problems. I mean, really, that steel is so sharp. You know, and just with a quick buff, the only thing I've done to that blade edge was I took it to my strop and I stropped it. That's it. That's all I did. I didn't touch it up or anything. So you're literally seeing as is, as it came from the factory. You know, with a little bit of touching on the strop, it's still, I mean, razor sharp, and you can really dig in here. I'm just gonna try some notching real quick, see how well it does on notching. Notching did really well. I'm actually really surprised. It looks really good. That's good notching. Start off with one in and see how it goes. We're just gonna do a little bit of feather sticking. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can actually split this piece of wood. Now, you would never normally do this with an EDC knife, obviously, and obviously this is just for testing purposes. But still, it's really impressive that it can even do it. You know, but it's not a bad practice. I mean, it's not really doing much stress to the knife. I'm literally just following that crack all the way down and applying even pressure as you go. Anyways, it's nice to see that it can even do that, you know. And it's not like, it's not a super thick piece of wood, but it's still thick enough. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, those are just gorgeous curls. I have nothing wrong with that knife doing those curls. I think those are really nice. So what's my overall consensus? Well, I'm telling you what, guys, I'm really impressed with this blade. You could use it for camping, you could use it for hiking, you can use it for pretty much anything. You know, especially for a $20 knife, you can't beat this. It's very quickly becoming one of my top favorite, you know, foldable blades. And surprisingly too, for a $20 knife. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me for today. I'm Gearaholic. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down below. Don't forget to hit like, blow up that like button. Don't forget that you can share and subscribe to my videos at any time. Don't forget to unplug and go outdoors. My name is Gearaholic, and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time. I've been out here for way too long by myself.